I guess there could be like a report button or something like that would be the only thing that could affect it. At the same time, I get it. We had so many Stormweavers. We drew them all. We got super lucky. People get salty. It happens. But just know that the person that you're playing could be streaming. And now that's pretty low odds for Solforge that the person that you're playing could be streaming. And I think most of you guys would know if you're playing against somebody who's a streamer. There's like, I don't know, maybe 10 of us. That's a pretty good one, eh? My opponent's got some dinos that they are working with. Doesn't look like I'll be able to take Pterodon Ridgeback. It does pump itself. So that's pretty good to know. Alright, let's do like this. Let's take out this Raptor. Trade Wirewood Ranger into Pterodon Ridgeback and just play another Borean Stormweaver. So there's like two things about that. There's an article that one of the Stoneblade guys put out like 2 years ago talking about the... Alright, we're still live here. That's good. Just kind of talking about how the variance functions. If he's got another one, that would be annoying though. How the Actually, it wouldn't be that annoying, right? We just finished it off with Stormweaver. The way that the variance functions in Stoneforge is it's called backloaded. Alright, that was just a random ass pump then. He should have pumped. Should have pumped itself, eh? Yeah, then it would have positive battled this guy here. Alright, so let's ping. We can Frost Shatter Strike. Not really. I think I will just level Torrent Soldier and Borean Stormweaver. This is a 6/6. I'm just gonna wait till I rank up to deal with this. Ooh, Avalanche Guardian. Gotcha, bitch. Alright, so not Avalanche Guardian. The game having the variance that is mostly backloaded. Sometimes it happens and it's front-loaded. You just don't draw any of your good cards in player level 1, but that doesn't really... All cards are kind of fine on player level 1. Like, the only time it really happens, you draw a hand that's like Aspirian Sage, Ambrose Edict, Wipe Clean, then you're like, come on, what's going on here? Wait, we can't... What can we Soothsayer Hermit? Just a Stonefist Giant? Alright, let's just play Stonefist Giant. Or, Soothsayer Hermit. Oh, we could also get a Swamp Moss Lurker. Is Swamp Moss Lurker just better? Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. We could have also played Warbringer Uranti or something like that, but we'll keep that as an underdrop. Sounds kind of awkward. So people like see enough hands like this and they get frustrated and they think that they are losing because of luck. However, there's other ways to look at, like, we drew level 1s, but we've got one of our underdrops. We've got a guy with mobility, so that can function as an underdrop when we place it in the center lane, because it'll be able to finish off whatever other creatures. We could also just play Avalanche Guardian, which will be able to clean up some stuff. Or we could just play Borean Stormweaver, so we still actually have a lot of things going for us here. I think I do want to play Borean Stormweaver, and I could just play it on the Stag. I don't know if I really need the health on it now that we're going to be ranking up. Right, yeah, I think I agree with that, Bacon Poet. There's a lot that you can do to, I guess I will say, normalize your luck in the game, where you can draft underdrops, and I almost always play, like, if I have the choice between two cards, I play the one that, like, gets me the most averaged out deck. Oh yeah, this is pretty. This card or a hand like this is pretty typical. I would say it's abnormal. Like, it's actually really lucky to get an even distribution of your level 2s throughout player level 2. And by that I mean, let's just do like this. So by that I mean drawing 2 level 2s on each turn throughout the player level. I think that's actually pretty lucky. And again here, not a great hand, but we've got Ice Shard Berserker, Swamp Moss Lurker. You can definitely make hands like this work. My opponent could have Grove Huntress. Would be the only awkward one. Glowstride Stag is fine. And they're going to put something else right here. So it looks like both me and my opponent just drew hands of level 1 creatures. And that's perfectly acceptable. And pretty normal. So I see a play. Yeah, I didn't want to be locked into using the ping on this guy, and so what I was actually thinking is I figured at this point in the game my opponent would be playing level 2 creatures. My opponent's playing level 2 creatures. It doesn't matter how much health Borean Stormweaver has, and the fact that he dodged it and didn't block it here, because I had the Razortooth Stalker, means that my opponent's just going to play another level 2 across from Borean Stormweaver, and it's not going to matter how much health Borean Stormweaver has here. So the only really weird play that we can do... we can use Borean Stormweaver to kill off the Raptor. We can use it to kill off the Glowstride Stag in addition to the Razortooth Stalker. Or we can use Borean Stormweaver to ping itself. I don't think so, Ginyu. Like, constructed decks still have underdrops. Oros is an underdrop. Othra is an underdrop. Glowstride Stag and Wegu can function as underdrops for each other. What else is an underdrop? Asperian Sage is also kind of an underdrop because it doesn't really level that well. Yeah, Oros is a really strong underdrop, for sure. And that's like the main example, I guess, like that I don't always level my Oros, but I could probably level him more because he has some good synergies at the higher level. Alright, so I'm just going to make a play here. There's a lot of different options, but we're just going to not keep this game going forever. And I'm going to play out these cards. Alright. So, obviously, this game I've gotten a little bit unlucky. This might be a little bit out of the norm. However, my opponent has 2. The other thing, we've got Soothsayer Hermit to get a rebuy on any of these creatures we've leveled. It's going to grow the Stag. And see, my opponent hasn't done anything super crazy either. We're trading. They're getting a positive battle while leveling a mediocre creature. And we're trading. So, honestly, I think we're fine in a game like this. We can choose to take 12 more. I don't know if I really want to trade more. This game is easily going into... Yeah, I think this was a really bad block from my opponent. But that's why I shared Berserker. So, I definitely just wouldn't have blocked that. Also, they could have... Oh, no, they couldn't have pumped this because they needed to pump this. So this game is definitely going to player level 4. I could very easily see it going to player level 5 as well. So it does actually, I think, matter what we level here. So I do think we're just going to level some Stonefist Giants. My opponent should play a level 2 across from my Borean Stormweaver. But that's not the worst thing in the world. We'll play Wirewood Ranger and Borean Stormweaver on the rank up. And now, should we get lucky, now I will consider it getting lucky to draw Borean Stormweaver or Wirewood Ranger. But, yeah, I mean, right. Underdrop is like kind of a made-up term. That's, yeah, just not enough. We can finish this off with this Borean Stormweaver. No, we cannot. Unless they put the armor here. Alright, they are going to armor up there. So what could we do? We could Frost Shatter Strike to finish that off. I don't think that's going to be worth it. What if we ping this? If we ping this, that hits it for 6. It's going to be down to 5 health. Just take the Raptor. Yeah, let's just do this. Because we can put a damage on Borean Stormweaver to eat the Raptor. So my opponent has leveled 3 cards up to level 3. I've leveled 2. I think mine are at a reasonable power level to theirs. Reasonably higher. My opponent has a 16-16 though. That one's good. This one obviously is not as good. A 12, 19, but it does affect battle in multiple lanes, so it's reasonable too. Torrent Soldier, we can not use Torrent Soldier to finish this off. It'll finish it off very slowly by giving it 3 poison, right? Yeah, 3 poison. Okay, and then you Pterodon Ridgeback. So now my opponent has gotten a little bit luckier. What we can do is use Wirewood Ranger to pump up something right here. And by something, I mean Torrent Soldier. And then we will have a creature that positive battles the Ridgeback. So I like that. This is already a positive battle. This is already dying to the ping. So let's ping this off. Right? Yeah. Alright, let's Torrent Soldier. Let's make it survive so that we don't take any trample damage. Let's just poison this, and we're not going to finish that off. We're going to take 30 damage from that real quick, and we're going to grow wide and develop a Borean Stormweaver. Then we have another Borean Stormweaver. We've got Warbringer Uranti to potentially make some plays happen. My opponent's got to play creatures in 2 and 5, and we hope that they just don't play level 3 creatures. If they can miss on level 3 creatures, that's not really a level 3. That's fine. I'm okay with this one. Because they're just putting that there to trade. We can finish this off with a ping, or with Warbringer Uranti, which means we have the ping to send elsewhere. And they are letting this survive so that they can go for this. Well, now, Warbringer Uranti lines up really well right here in the center lane. We ping the creature across from Stormweaver, and we grow our Stormweaver 3. And now we are kind of killing it. Would we rather Frost Shatter Strike? What would that do for us? We could ping here, then we could just Frost Shatter Strike in these 2 lanes. So it's just the difference of which cards we're leveling. So, doesn't really matter. I'll level the creature over Frost Shatter Strike, even though I think they are comparable. We hit our opponent for 10, and we've got an 18-22. So this was a game where I drew 3 hands of all level 1 creatures on player level 2. So 7 straight hands of consecutive level 1s. During that time, my opponent only played 1 level 2 creature, which they traded off with a level 1 underdrop. So they got pretty unlucky as well, but then they played 2 more level 2s on the next player level. They were the first person to draw a level 3 card, right? Didn't they play a level 3, something random? Yeah, they played the guy that makes the plant. Alright, so we can Frost Shatter Strike this to get our guy through unscathed. So I am going to go for that here. That just seems too good to pass up. No damage on my Stormweaver. Hit you for 22. And I'll play a Wirewood Ranger here, eating the Raptor. So now we are definitely beating our opponent in the board. We're beating them in the hand as well. We can pump up a Stonefist Giant to trade here, I think, right? 10, which means 6 and 6, yeah. So we can pump up a Stonefist Giant to trade here. Not sure we want to do that, but we'll see. So it looks like you Pterodon Ridgeback as a chump blocker. Can't ask for much more than that now, can ya? And a Bright Tusk Sower as a trade. So as much as I'd love to... Oh, wait, it's not a trade. Nope, we're going to protect our level 3s here. There's other plays we could make. We could... do we want to do that? Huh. Okay, so we can use these guys to protect each other, which typically I do really love doing. However, if we put both of those triggers in lane 3, like we pump a Stonefist Giant and then we ping off the Aegis Conscripts, that does leave us with a better board. Though if we're definitely playing this. You know what? I'm going to go back for this play. Let's do this, and let's just open lane a Stonefist Giant. We're about to rank up. We're going to hit some level 3s here, for sure, and those level 3s can deal with this Aegis Conscripts a lot easier. So yeah, then we have a Stormweaver and a Torrent Soldier. Perfectly acceptable. My opponent has to trade a level 1 here and a level 3 here. That's all they get to do for their turn. We get to hit them for 15. Then we get to develop 2 cards on the board. We can finish off something if my opponent manages to positive battle the Wirewood Ranger. Looks like they can't. They're going to go there. Chump block with the Raptor there. Interesting Raptor didn't go here. Alright, because they do have the Stag. They do get to positive battle, so we'll finish that off with the Torrent Soldier. Meanwhile, finishing that off here. Borean Stormweaver can ping off the Raptor token. We go Torrent Soldier, positive battle. Do we have lethal? Nope, not even close just yet. Because my opponent did gain some life there too. And then we play a Stormweaver. And we are kind of crushing it now. We've got 4 creatures to my opponent's 0. And we've got a Stonefist Giant, Ursine Strength, and Swamp Moss Lurker as solid underdrops to shore up the game here. So, game should be over in short succession. So, I can actually look at a game like that and feel like I got lucky. Even though I got incredibly unlucky for the first 3 turns of player level 1, what went right? Well, I drew my Stormweaver 3 pretty early on, and my opponent got unlucky. And for me, my opponent getting unlucky and me getting unlucky, I feel like that super, super favors the style of decks that I like to draft. So I like to draft kind of decks with a decent amount of underdrops and then never level them. And then when both me and my opponent get unlucky, I profit huge off of that.